strike, says Rajnath Singh. Amit Shah chairs high-level meeting on flood management at North Block. Piyush Goyal says India-US to finalize fair trade deal to boost strategic ties. Fire on MV Van High 503 persists on Kerala coast as Coast Guard continues operations. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosted members of 7 multi-party delegations at his official residence following their return from diplomatic missions to over 30 countries and the European Union. The delegation, comprising MPs from across party lines, former parliamentarians and senior diplomats, shared their experience of engaging with global leaders and presenting India's firm stance against Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in the wake of Operation Sindoor. The outreach aimed at reinforcing India's commitment to the world peace and countering the cross-border terror narratives was praised for its bipartisan unity and strategic impact. S. Jaishankar press conference in Brussels with European Union Representative and Vice President Kaja Kallas. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar described the meeting as very productive, highlighting discussions on key areas such as defense, maritime, cooperation and cybersecurity, acknowledging that India and European Union may not always share identical perspectives. Jaishankar emphasized the importance of expanding common ground, deepening mutual understanding and building greater trust to strengthen the strategic partnership between the two sides. The dialogue marks a continued effort to align on global challenges and enhance bilateral cooperation.
I believe we had a very open and productive meeting today. It is still continuing. We'll go back to our discussions after this. And we had touched on defense and security, on maritime security, on cyber, on space, as you heard from the High Representative. My meeting was preceded by a call on President von der Leyen this morning. I will also be meeting with Commissioners Šefčovič, Sikela and Kubilius during my stay, and I hope to interact with President Metsola and members of the European Parliament also during this visit. Now, my visit to Brussels is taking place 3 months after that of the EU College of Commissioners to India. Even in that time, it is apparent that the world order was in the midst of a profound change. These trends have intensified in many ways. We have, without doubt, entered an era of multipolarity and strategic autonomy. As 2 important poles of that emerging reality, there is a powerful case for India and European Union to forge deeper ties. Working towards that goal requires intensified cooperation in many domains, which is the reason why we are meeting. I believe we had a very open and productive meeting today. It is still continuing. We'll go back to our discussions after this. And we had touched on defense and security, on maritime security, on cyber, on space, as you heard from the High Representative.
Addressing a public gathering in Ludhiana West, AAP National Convener Arvind Kejriwal recalled the party's sweeping victory in Punjab in 2022, where it scored 92 out of 117 seats. He expressed condolence over the untimely demise of MLA Gurpreet Pasi Gogi earlier year, calling it a tragic loss. Kejriwal emphasized the importance of electing a representative from the ruling party, urging voters to support AAP candidate Sanjeev Arora in the June 2019 by-poll. He asserted that having a government-aligned MLA would ensure fast resolution of the local issues and continued development in the constituency. Let me know if you would like a quick profile on Sanjeev Arora or a snapshot of the by-poll contenders.
दोस्तों 2022 में आप लोगों ने पंजाब में जम के हमको वोट दिया था। 117 में से 92 सीट आई थी, ऐतिहासिक बहुमत था। 3 साल हमने बहुत काम किया, लेकिन इस साल जनवरी के महीने में एक एक्सीडेंट में यहाँ के जो एमएलए थे हमारे भाई गोगी साहब, आपके विधायक, आपके भाई, आपके बेटे, वो एक एक्सीडेंट में मारे गए, जिसकी वजह से ये सीट खाली हो गई। सबसे पहले मैं रब से, गुरुजी महाराज से प्रार्थना करता हूं कि उनको अपने चरणों में स्थान दे, उनकी आत्मा को शांति मिले। उसी की वजह से अब चुनाव हो रहा है, 19 तारीख को चुनाव है। मैं आपसे बस 2-3 बातें कहूंगा। एक बात जो अभी मनीष जी ने भी कही और मान साहब ने भी कही कि जिसकी सरकार है उसी का एमएलए बनाना। मेरे पास एक आदमी आया, मैंने उससे पूछा किसको वोट देगा, बोला आशु को। मैंने कहा क्यों? बोला जी पुराना कांग्रेसी हूं, कांग्रेस खानदान है हमारा, कांग्रेस वाले हैं हम, कांग्रेस को वोट देंगे, आशु को वोट देंगे। मैंने कहा एक चीज बता, अगर तेरे घर के सामने की सड़क खराब हो गई, अगर तेरे घर में पानी नहीं आ रहा, तेरी रजिस्ट्री नहीं हुई, रजिस्ट्री करवानी है, अगर तेरे को कोई भी समस्या हुई तो तेरा काम कौन कराएगा? आशु तेरा काम कराएगा? वो सोचने लग गया। मैंने कहा आशु तो करा नहीं सकता, आशु तो कांग्रेस पार्टी का है।
IG Pistar P. Sundaraj paid tribute to Additional Superintendent of Police Akash Rao Giripunje, who was martyred in an IED blast triggered by Naxals in Sukma district. The blast occurred during a foot patrol near Dondra village on the Konta Erabor road. Ahead of the Bharat Bandh called by CPI Maoists, IG Sundaraj condemned the attack a cowardly act and affirmed that such incidents would not dampen the morale of the security forces. He stated that sacrifice of ASP Giripunje would inspire both the administration and the people of Bastar to intensify efforts to eliminate Naxalism. A follow-up operation at the blast site led to the recovery and defusal of another IED, highlighting the persistent threat in the region.
जून 2025 को जिला सुकमा के कोंटा क्षेत्र में महोदय द्वारा लाया गया एक आईडी के चपेट से एडिशनल इंस्पेक्टर श्री आकाश राव का शहादत हुई। आज दिनांक 10 तारीख को रायपुर माना चौथी वाणी पटल में उनके अंतिम सलामी माननीय मुख्यमंत्री महोदय, माननीय उप मुख्यमंत्री महोदय, डीजीपी साहब, के माननीय सभी वरिष्ठ जनप्रतिनिधिगण, पुलिस अधिकारीगण, शहीद के परिजन एवं प्रियजन सबकी उपस्थिति में आज उनका अंतिम सलामी रायपुर में हुई। उसके तत्पश्चात उनके अंतिम अंत्येष्टि के कार्यक्रम भी आज रायपुर में संपन्न हुआ। श्री आकाश राव विगत लगभग 1.5 वर्षों से कोंटा एडिशनल ग्रुप में क्षेत्र की शांति सुरक्षा एवं विकास के लिए समर्पित होकर अपना सेवा दे रहे थे। इसके पूर्व में मानपुर मोहला पुरानी नक्सल प्रभावित इलाका में भी उनके सेवा रहा। उसके लिए उन्होंने वीरता पदक से सम्मानित भी हुई। निश्चित रूप से कल की शहादत श्री आकाश राव के परिजन के लिए और संपूर्ण पुलिस परिवार के लिए काफ़ी खूनी क्षति है। जिस तरीके से विगत समय में माओवादियों के खिलाफ सुरक्षा बल द्वारा एक योजनाबद्ध तरीके से और एक संकल्प के साथ एक मजबूती से लड़ाई लड़ा, जिसके कारण माओवादी संगठन का नींव हिल गई। उनकी सरगना बसवराजू सहित अनेक सेंट्रल कमेटी मेंबर, स्टेट कमेटी मेंबर और पीएलजी कैडर्स काफ़ी बड़ी नुकसान हुआ। अनेक हथियार माओवादी कैंप से बरामद किए गए थे। इस प्रकार माओवादी संगठन संख्या बल में और क्षेत्रफल में सिमटते जा रहे थे। कहीं न कहीं उसी बौखलाहट में माओवादी द्वारा एक कायराना हरकत करते हुए आईडी के माध्यम से हमारा वीर जवानों, ब्रेव वॉरियर्स, जांबाज अधिकारियों और क्षेत्र के निर्दोष आदिवासी, ग्रामीण, महिला, बच्चे, बुजुर्ग सबको आईडी के माध्यम से विगत दिनों में काफ़ी नुकसान पहुंचाया। लेकिन इन सब कायराना हरकत से माओवादियों के इस प्रकार की साजिश से हमारा संकल्प में किसी प्रकार का कोई विपरीत असर नहीं पड़ेगा। हमारा फोर्सेस का मनोबल में कोई विपरीत असर नहीं पड़ेगा। उल्टा और मजबूती से और संकल्प लेकर जो हमारा शहीद श्री आकाश राव का शहादत और इसके पूर्व में हमारा अनेक वीर जवानों ने 9 जून
RJD leader and Bihar Legislative Assembly leader of opposition Tejasvi Yadav launched a scathing attack on the Nitish Kumar-led NDA government, alleging a complete breakdown of law and order in the state. He remarked that Bihar's streets are stained red, citing daily report of kidnappings, murders and rapes. Yadav criticized the Chief Minister's silence on the issue and claimed that even people outside Bihar are now discussing the deteriorating situation. His comments come amid rising political tensions ahead of the state assembly elections, with opposition parties intensifying their criticism of the ruling coalition's governance record.
सड़कें और गलियों का रंग जो है लाल हो चुका है। दिन प्रतिदिन जो है मुख्यमंत्री जी के नाक के नीचे हत्या हो रहा है, अपहरण हो रहा है, लूट हो रहा है और अपराधी जो है बेलगाम हो चुके हैं। कोई भी एक बार भी मुख्यमंत्री जी की कोई प्रतिक्रिया अगर आई हो तो आप बताइए। इतने बड़े बड़े घटनाएं हो रहे हैं, एक शब्द भी मुख्यमंत्री बोलने को तैयार नहीं है। आखिर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर क्रिमिनल डिसऑर्डर में कैसे बदल रहा है, ये अब तो चर्चा केवल बिहार में नहीं, बिहार के बाहर भी चर्चाएं होने लगी हैं कि एनडीए के शासनकाल में कितना अपराध बढ़ा है। और ये केवल चर्चा ही नहीं, बल्कि अगर आंकड़े आप लोग देखें, एनसीआरबी का आंकड़ा देखें, तो 2005 के बाद से लगातार अपराध जो है बढ़ रहा है और पुलिस जो है केवल वसूली में लगी हुई है, आम जनता को परेशान करने में लगी हुई है, गरीबों को पीटने में लगी हुई है, थाने में मारने में लगी हुई है, लेकिन अपराधी को छूने की हिम्मत नहीं है पुलिस में। आप पुलिस का भय अपराधियों के मन से ख़त्म हो चुका है। अपराधी जो हैं खुले आम, आपने जो देखा होगा विशेषज्ञ भवन के आगे किस प्रकार से जो है गोलियां चलाई जा रही हैं। तो आप देखिएगा, जब ये पटना का जो वीआईपी एरिया सुरक्षित नहीं है, मुख्यमंत्री के घर के 1 किलोमीटर का दायरा सुरक्षित नहीं है, तो बिहार कहाँ से सुरक्षित? सड़क का रंग जो है लाल हो चुका है।
The Indian Coast Guard continues its firefighting efforts to control the blaze aboard the Singapore flagged container ship MV Vanhoy 503, which caught fire following an explosion off Kerala coast. As of 17:00 hours today, visible flames have subsided, but thick smoke continues to below from a vessel. The ship, which was en route to Colombo to Mumbai, is currently listing 10 to 15 degrees to port, with several containers, some reportedly carrying hazardous material, have fallen overboard. Indian Coast Guard ships Samudra Prahari and Sanchet remains on site conducting boundary cooling and firefighting operations, while search efforts continue for 4 missing crew members. Union Minister Piyush Goyal, during his visit to Bern, Switzerland, conveyed that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Donald Trump had agreed in February 2025 to pursue a bilateral trade agreement aimed at benefiting both nations, economies, and citizens. He mentioned that the negotiations were focused on creating a fair, balanced, and equitable framework to promote business.
Well, both America and India are very close friends, allies, and strategic partners. For us, the relationship with the United States of America as our largest bilateral trade partner and as a country which is home to millions of persons of Indian origin, a country which has provided education to millions of Indians, a country with which we have shared very, very strong ties, whether in the world of business or geopolitically. We believe it's an opportunity for us to expand our bilateral trade and strengthen our partnership. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Trump met in February 2025. Mr. Modi was amongst the first world leaders of consequence to visit the White House, and both our leaders have decided to enter into a bilateral trade agreement which will be mutually beneficial for both the economies, for businesses on both sides, and the people of both countries. And we are negotiating to make a nice, fair, equitable and balanced agreement to promote business. Well, both America and India.
A fire broke out near the sacred foot of Lord Sri Venkateshwara in Tirumala, triggering concern among devotees and authorities alike. The blaze, which erupted in the forest area near Sri Varipadalu, was fueled by soaring temperatures over the past 2 days. The intense heat, particularly in the woodland regions, caused the flames to spread swiftly across nearly 100 meters. Firefighters and TTD officials responded promptly, deploying 2 fire engines to the scene. Their swift action helped bring the situation under control, preventing further damage and ensuring the safety of pilgrims in the vicinity. Vijayawada Municipal Commissioner H.M. Dhyanachandra has directed officials to ensure there are no lapses in sanitation at Anna canteens across the city. During his inspection of Kanakadurga Nagar, Mahanadu Road and Pantakalva Road. He reviewed the progress of newly constructed water tank in Kanakadurgat Nagar along with the executive engineer. He instructed that any issues or delays be reported to him immediately. While inspecting sanitation on Mahanadu Road, the Commissioner emphasized the need for daily cleaning of roads and prompt removal of waste to maintain the city's hygiene. He reiterated that continuous efforts are essential to keep Vijayawada clean and livable. Veteran actor and Hindupur MLA Padma Bhushan Nandamuri Balakrishna's 65th birthday was celebrated with great devotion and fanfare at Tirumala under the leadership of TDP State Media Coordinator B. Sridhar Verma. The celebrations took place at Akhila Dham near the temple, where 650 coconuts were ceremoniously broken and grand Harati was performed using 6.5 kilograms of camphor. Sridhar Verma shared the prayers were offered to Lord Venkateshwara for Balakrishna's long life and continued service to the public. The event drew enthusiastic participation from fans and devotees, turning the occasion into festive spiritual gathering.
నందమూరి తారక రామారావు గారి తనయుడు అలాగే ప్రస్తుత ముఖ్యమంత్రి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి వియంకుడైనటువంటి పద్మభూషణ్ డాక్టర్ నందమూరి బాలకృష్ణ గారి జన్మదినం సందర్భంగా ఈరోజు యావత్ ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్న తెలుగు వారందరికీ తరపున బాలయ్య గారికి జన్మదిన శుభాకాంక్షలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాం. ముఖ్యంగా ప్రతి సంవత్సరం మేము తిరుమలలో అగ్లాండం వద్ద ఆ దేవదేవుడు వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామిని ప్రార్థించుకుంటూ సంవత్సరానికి 10 కొబ్బరికాయలు పెంచుకుంటూ ఈరోజు 650 కొబ్బరికాయలకి చేరుకున్నాం.
Hurricane Barbara has become the first hurricane of the 2025 Eastern Pacific season, according to the U.S. National Hurricane Center. Moving parallel to Mexico's west coast, Barbara now packs winds of 120 kilometers per hour and is located southwest of Manzanillo, Colima. Authorities warn of heavy rain, flooding and strong winds across Jalisco, Colima, Michoacan and Nayarit. That's a wrap on this bulletin. For more news and updates, keep watching CVR English.